Well, the ones of you in this area know that we're in the middle of a fairly major rain event. Not anything that I haven't seen before, and certainly we've seen a lot harder, but it was raining really hard. I knew something was going to happen. Actually, two things told me something was going to happen. We knew it was going to rain today, and we knew there might be a storm. So we have some ginger red cats that we feed outside, and they often go by. They kind of live in our backyard sometimes. There's one of them out there a short while ago, and all of a sudden I saw it start running across our backyard, and it ran, and then it got under a green chair that we have. You have some green plastic chairs that you sit out in the yard. So it ran. There's one over by the fence, and it got under there. Then the next thing happened was the cat that just jumped down now decided to head for cover, and immediately that bang, there was a big bang, lightning, and then the rain started. So when you watch out for things, you see them, especially when you watch out for creatures that are still a lot closer to the earth than we are. We have the ability to do this. We don't practice it enough, right? And we can always touch, but anyway, so there you are. Does that have anything to do with today's reading? Kind of, in the way that everything does. It's called Believe and Be. How about that? Believe and Be. The first quote is Wilma Rudolph. I did not look her up, but I will afterwards. Anyway, she said, never underestimate the power of dreams and the influence of the human spirit. Never underestimate the power of dreams and the influence of the human spirit. And Ernest Holmes, of course, speaking more academically, more abstractly, says, mind must view the thought as already completed in the thing. Right? He's talking about universal mind, yeah? And the thought is in our mind. And the mind must also contain the avenue through which the desire is to be expressed. In other words, the manifestation will come through infinite mind. Every thought sets the fulfillment of its desire in motion in mind, and mind sees the thing as already done. So in other words, when you hold on to your beliefs, wonderful things happen. And that is from the Science of Mind textbook on page 355. And the reading from Jeffon is in line with that. He says, can I do this? That thought entered my mind as I sat down for an opportunity I once thought was too big for me. The role was Chief Financial Officer, CFO, at a rural hospital. On paper, I was somewhat qualified. Accounting degree, MBA, years of consulting and accounting experience, but still I felt uneasy. My wife believed in me, and I borrowed her belief, and I applied. The leaders of the organization were impressed, but a little hesitant to bring me on. Still, I believed. Every night I envisioned getting the call telling me I received the position, one where I could use all my energy in a new and unique way. And that actually is the key, as we'll see shortly. I leaned towards my spiritual practice. A few weeks later, I got the call, and I didn't get the CFO position. Instead, they asked me if I'd accept a new position at their hospital, the Chief Operating Officer. That more accurately fit my experience and who I am. I accepted and realized that when you believe, you activate the conditions for becoming. It may not be an exact match to the picture you have in your mind, but it will be the experience meant for you. And the key to this really is twofold. One is, of course, he applied the principle of belief and holding on to that belief, a thoughtless feeling with the idea of what he wanted. But the key to why he got the position he did rests here. Every night I envision getting the call telling me I received the position. This is the key. One where I could use my energy in a new and unique way. So what he did was he didn't limit himself just to that Chief Financial Officer position. He opened it up to one that fit his talents. And the hospital saw the talents he had and knew he fit the new position, and he got the job. So it just goes to show two things. One is, yes, we hold in mind what we want, but number two, we are flexible enough so that we can allow the divine mind, the universal mind, to work for us and give us that which is perfect just for us. And that's the secret, my friends. Thought plus feeling equals belief. Belief in yourself and belief that there will be a manifestation, but flexible enough to allow the divine mind, the universal subjective, if you like, to come up with the perfect solution just for you. This is a great lesson. I think it's a really good. The affirmation, well, for me, it's a little bit long. I don't like long affirmations, but I split it in two. Today, I observe my beliefs, knowing what I believe will ultimately become. Today, I observe my beliefs, knowing that what I believe will ultimately become. I ensure my beliefs are rooted in the greatest expression of my unfolding of love, peace, and abundance. I ensure that my beliefs are rooted in the greatest expression of my unfolding of love, peace, and abundance. And that, my friends, is a wonderful lesson. Tomorrow is Easter. Some parts of the world, it's already Easter. I guess, yeah, in the Middle East, it's already Easter. In the Netherlands, yep, it's Easter in the Netherlands. It's almost Easter in the United Kingdom, where I come from. So happy Easter if you are out beyond midnight our time or any time. And tomorrow we'll have our service, which will be kind of molded around Easter. And then Reverend Lisa will be on before that at 9:15 a.m. I'll be back. Oh, tomorrow I will be early. I will be here at about 4 o'clock because, yeah, we're getting fed tomorrow. Our daughter-in-law is going to arrange for the family to get together at their place, and we don't have to cook. How about that? We don't have to cook. We don't have to cook the Easter Sunday meal. So things have changed. It used to be us that hosted everybody, and now it's different. The new generation is taking over, as always happens in life. So until next time, namaste.